Hi all and welcome to my No Man's Sky weekly update number 3, I think, maybe 4, not sure. Check the title will be right, I might be wrong. Please note that if you have not played through a vast majority of this game, this video will contain spoilers right near the end. I'll include the chapter marking for the spoilers only, so if you don't want any spoilers, then you can avoid that particular part of the video, which will be right near the end anyway. What I'm going to go through is what I've been doing during this week, all the updates, where I'm at, and future plans of the game. Also, please note that I do need to do a lot of Path of Exile and Diablo 4 over the next week or so. So my No Man's Sky play might take a bit of a dip. I have been playing this game primarily this week, so that might have to take a bit of a back burner in order to get the other games done, because they are now on a time gate. Anyway, enough of that, let's get into it. This is my home. I've been working on it over the last week. I'm not sure where it was in the last video, and I forgot to watch it before recording this one. So I'll just go through everything now. This is a 4x4 base, all alloy. Got 2 large refiners, a couple of lanterns on the floor to get some light. I got a gold statue from somewhere, so that's just sat in the corner, not looking very gold, but there we go. Save beacon and construction research unit here, trade terminal there. And then if we go outside, we have, we have all of the exocraft. I've done that quest line, almost said which one it was, to get all of those done. So they're all exocraft. I'm not going to go into them yet, I'll save that for the spoilers section. I've got my spaceship here. Let's go and have a look at that quickly. I've not done too much on my spaceship wise. This is a Twitch drop one I got many years ago. So this is how it is. I've not upgraded it in any manner because I'm waiting for an S-class ship to pour all my resources into. And the upgrades you see are just ones I found along my journeys. This is the kind of standard stuff I carry in here: silver, gold, few gold nuggets, and tritium hyperclusters, because I need those for upgrading. As you can see, the gold ones I just need to open, but I have a gold mine now, so I don't. It's a tritium I need more than anything else, but I know I need some hyperclusters, which is why I keep 15 in there, and the rest of it is just stuff. I keep all of this in here as well, because this refines into ferrite dust on a 2-to-1 basis. There's about 3,000 ferrite dust sat there, and then this residual goop goes into viscous fluids, goes into living slime goes into runaway mold, and then as a 5-to-1 basis, runaway mold goes into nanites. So 5 runaway mold becomes 1 nanite. And it just takes time to upgrade this into that, into that, into this. So I just wait until I've got about 1,000 of each, more or less, and then I just play upgrades in one day when I'm watching a movie. So that's where we are with the starship. My exosuit is going through upgrades at the moment. I know that's flashing it. I need to install it. There we go. Just get that out of the way. Cool. A quest may appear down here. I shouldn't have installed that. Let me see if I can install something else. There we go. Boom, boom. That'll be then priority quest, and it'll hide any spoilers, hopefully. This is a kind of usual, for want of a better term, junk I carry in my inventory of my exosuit, my cargo. This one is the first quad is maxed out. I just need to go onto a different screen, so the recording screen might go blank. There it goes. Come back again. There we go. Wait for it to catch up. Come on, there it is. My thanks goes out to a YouTuber. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, so I'll just spell it. Capital H E capital R O, the number 2 and U. I'll include their link to their YouTube down below. This person is absolutely awesome. Their YouTube is full of really insightful, good No Man's Sky guides. If you're interested in playing the game, then I suggest you hit them up, like and subscribe their channel. They do a lot of updates, whereas mine is just how I'm getting on in the game rather than how to play the game or set up various bits for best in slot, which is where I'm at with my exosuit. I've got a lot of upgrades to do. I've done this first quad of cargo. I found out from that YouTuber that the cargo can actually go up to 120. I never knew that. I thought it stopped here, which is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 50, I think. 3, 6, 9, yeah, 50. I thought it was 50, so it doesn't go up to 120, and the tech goes up even higher than what you can see here. So I do have some exosuit charts in my storage containers which I need to do, but they are slow and boring for me to do. So I do about 10, I'll do another 10, and then I'll do some more, and that's where we're at. Multi-tool wise, I still haven't found an S-class, but I did find this Sentinel C-class, and I'm going to attempt to upgrade it using nanites. As you can see here, the nanites are 10k. I found this after I'd spent my 8,000 nanites, went down to 400 on various things. So now I'm slowly building up. I'm not concentrating on earning nanites, I'm concentrating on doing other things like getting the quests done and grinding out my exosuit. So that's all well and good. Oop, jump out of here. Okay, so this is my main base. It's been through some upgrades. As I said, it's got all the exocraft here. That quest, that's fine, that's not too much of a spoiler. You do unlock the Pilgrim, which is this motorbike here, and then the Roma, and then we go up here, we've got the Minotaur. I'm not going to go through to it, I'll just say it's a quest. You can figure that out. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll find out. And then a hovercraft over there. These are all my storage containers. I've built most of them now for various reasons, and I'll just go through. Each one is named for what it's got in it. So this has got endgame crafting. This has got all the minerals in it. So uranium, copper, pyrite, silver, all that kind of stuff. Spare ammo, gases, components such as hydrophilic wiring, some spare microprocessors, solar mirrors. Most of these I found along the way. Some of these I can actually put in here actually while I'm here. Convergence cube and sac venom can go in there. I'll just dump off some other things as well. Boop, 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 boop. Put that down there. I need to worry about that later. That is a mineral. Sorry, I've just done a freighter quest and it dropped off a ton of stuff. There we go. That's all put away. Down here we've got our sentinel bits. These are all things from killing sentinels. In here we've got patterns and upgrades. So I'm waiting for S-class multi-tool, S-class spaceship. When I get them, I can access all of the decent upgrades and patterns in there. Again, trying to not give you too many spoilers, so I'm not going to open them. This is all the harvest craft you can get from a quest or you can find in your adventures. And then finally, this is my base building one now. I'm not going to go through all the bases, I've got quite a few of them, but I will show you what I found. Just going to take a drink. There we go. So the idea is, let me go to a different one of my other bases first. Let me go through here. And then over here we've got all of my visitors. So the construction terminal person. Over here's the science terminal. Yeah, weapons terminal, the exocraft guy. Go through this doorway, you got the farmer, and then the nutrition processor, and then through this glass one we've got a biodome for all of the plants that I'm growing, which is where I get all the stuff from for the harvest storage container. Now let me just go back to the storage teleporter, sorry. So one of the items you can find on your travels is a survey analyzer. Let me just get back to my main multi-tool. There it is. So one of the things you can find in your travels is a survey device, and then once it's up installed, you can actually press, again this is for the PC Steam version, default is F key, and you can find analysis for finding, oh, gas cloud, wow, there's a gas mine over there. And you can find one for minerals, an electromagnetic one, which I've got here. So this is generating all the power for my base. And that runs my teleporter, and then all of these through the 2 batteries here. It powers the rest of my ooh. Come on, let me... I keep seeing those big worms and I can never get the scan off. Never mind. I'm going to show you my bases now. So through my adventures on various different planets, I've managed to find all of the find these places, these planets, and on the planet I go searching using the survey device. So I found an oxygen mine, a copper mine, a uranium, cobalt, nitrogen, dioxide, scroll down, pyrite, a gold, ammonia, phosphorus, paraffinium, sulfurine, activated copper, and then 2 silver mines. I've got 2 silver mines because I know how much silver I'm going to need once I get my freighter up and running and fully outfitted. It is going to cost me thousands of silver to do, and silver and gold actually to do. So I've got all of that running. Now the reason I have that base building storage container is because when I find a base, what I do, I'll show you on this one because this one doesn't have any harsh weather systems because it's a paradise planet. So just wait for the portal effect. The only bit I hate about this game is the amount of time you have to wait for the teleportation system. There we go. Right. And for some reason I've popped out at the back of my spaceship rather than my teleporter. I'm not sure why that happens. So once I've found a place, this one is the oxygen mine, I believe. Where is the actual mining thing? There it is. I think this is the oxygen one. Oh no, this is the paraffinium one. That's fine. So once I find it, I'm not bothered about the class yet. That'll be something I will do later on when I'm starting to min-max the game. At the moment, I am just playing it. So this is a C class. So I find this. I build the mineral / gas extractor. Build a biofuel reactor. Build a... No, I don't. Restart. First thing I do is build a biofuel reactor, and then I build the storage container with called base building. Once that is down, I then build, after building the base computer obviously to claim the land, and then I can start building. So the biofuel reactor goes down first, then a storage container named base building, and that'll contain all the materials I need to build everything else, which I'll go through in a moment. The next thing I build is the Colossus Geo base here. This is Colossus tank, which will get part of a quest line, and inside this is got a ton more materials as well. Some I need, some I don't need. For more ordinary base building, depends how much I need / want to build. Once that is done, depending on the planet, if it's got a harsh environment, I'll start working on my house, which is just alloy house, and it is a 2-floor, 2-roof building, 1 doorway, 1 or 2 windows depending on the view. This has only got 1, which gives me a nice view of the planet, and then the rest are walls, and then on the walls I will place a trade terminal near the door. I also place a save beacon near the door, and then put down one of these lanterns because they don't require any power, and that gives enough light to see my base, what I'm doing, and not get lost in the dark. Once I've done that, I will then build the relevant extractor, the biofuel reactor, and then 1 supply depot. I'll hook up the power, throw some oxygen in the biofuel reactor to get it running, and then it'll start pumping into the supply depot. I will then build enough supply depots and pipelines for a 24-hour process. This one is currently on 20 hours left after doing 750, so this is about 28 hours, I think. Once all that's done, I'll then build the landing bay. I prefer the alternative landing pad. It's just a slightly different design, and summon my spaceship using a navigation data. And then once that's all done and I'm happy where everything's placed, I'll usually test the teleportation to make sure that I'm coming out about here. I'll port back, make sure I do come out in front of the teleporter. Once I'm happy with that, I will then delete the base building storage container and build the mineral storage container. Take a screenshot, upload it, and done. And then that means the base is complete. I've got the storage container, I've got the Colossus with storage base, because when I collect the storage I just click on here, pick it up and dump it in the Colossus because it's got a lot of storage space. It then doesn't take any space in storage containers, my inventory, or the storage inventory of the spaceship. It just goes in the Colossus. Once the Colossus is full, I will sort it out. That's all my bases. Let me just go back to my village. So this is a settlement I found using a chart brought from a cartographer. When I first got it, it was a C class. There was about 40 citizens, I think. Happiness level was around about the 30 mark, and the productivity was 300,000 minus 300,000 per day. So I spent a lot of time working on it. It gives you a new quest about once an hour. That quest may give you a building opportunity, and then you build it, which then increases various aspects of the settlement. If you're not used to running a settlement, they're quite easy to learn by yourself. Just go and buy a settlement chart from a cartographer, activate it, and you'll find one. So in we go. I've also built a save beacon here just because. So this is the terminal, and we are now on a B class with 76 citizens, 50% happiness, and we are producing 400,000 units a day plus. So plus we've got fungal mold and these decommission circuits, which are not worth very much, but you know, it's extra stuff to sell or to use. So that's a settlement. Onto my freighter. If you remember from previous videos, this is a C class freighter, so pretty much the bottom of the line, but it does have 2 stellar extractors extracting various different minerals, gases from surrounding planets. I still haven't moved it from where it was, so the stellar extractors are still collecting chromatic metal, even though I don't need it. I don't have the plan yet to build my own stellar extractors, so I am kind of stuck with this freighter. I found a B class freighter, but it wasn't very good, so I didn't purchase that. So we've got a trade terminal here next to the teleporter. We come down here, this is the main control hub. So through here are the 2 stellar extractors, one on either side. There's the storage container for minerals, and this is the stellar extractor core. So as you can see, the options are Sulfurin when I'm next to scorched and desert planets, radon where radioactive and frozen, and nitrogen from lush and toxic. This is the one I need. I need to move my freighter near radioactive and frozen planets, and hopefully it will start collecting radon rather than the relatively useless chromatic material. Why do I call it relatively useless? Well, I've got 5,000 chromatic metal on me and nearly 2,500 copper. And if we go into the storage container for minerals, down here I have another 10,000 copper, which is another 5,000 chromatic metal. Now on various exosuit crafts, various exocrafts, storage containers, I've got about 5,000 chromatic metal. So if I took all the copper plus what I've got on me plus what's in various other places, I've got about 15,000 chromatic metal, and I'm not using that much at the moment. So I desperately need to move the freighter to somewhere where it's collecting anything else, not the chromatic metal. So that's going to be a project. I have extended my freighter. I've got 5 freight commands in here. I've picked up the quests earlier. I've got some repairs to do and various other things that can take a long time, but I wanted to get this video out. I'm not going to do the repairs and other stuff because it'll take too long and the video will be ridiculously long. I've got a large refiner in the freighter as well, so we're slowly building up to the point where the freighter will become my base rather than a planet base. To the left we've got all of the other storage container rooms in there, so I can access everything. Through here we've got all of the staff terminals, so we've got the science one there. This is the main construction or the base boss. Well, excuse me, I've not been sleeping very well the last few days. Through here we've got the weapon guy and then the exocraft guy. The exocraft terminal is empty because the exocraft and farmer are on my base planet, because I'm still doing the quest for those two. So I need them on the planet rather than up here. If you get the quest up in your freighter, sometimes you will lose the quest, especially if they are a timed quest. So when I finish the farmer's quest, he'll pop here. I haven't planted anything here because I need to grow the plant that gives me emerald, and I haven't found any emerald yet to grow the base plant. But I've got the room already set up, and that's what it does. And this also gives me easy access to carbon, usually, if I can get... There we go. It's not very much, but it's 60 odd a day, which saves me running around planets trying to farm it with my mining beam. It can be... There we go. It can be quite difficult to get the game to collect it, but eventually you will find the right place and be able to pick it all up. I say not on that side then, and over here, yep, there we go. Boop. And then some more over here. Boop. Here we go. I'll farm the rest of it later. So yeah, I think that's where we're at right now in the freighter. I've got a lot more expanding and building to do as time goes on, but that requires me to find and then find freighter upgrade modules and then to purchase them. So this morning I was lucky enough to get a salvage frigate module from one of the missions my frigates went on. So now I have enough to buy the warp core resonator or the matter beam, and then from there I can go through and access some of these. So it's just going to take time. I've done about 20 to 30 derelict freighters quests, salvage freighter things as well, and I've been really unlucky to only find 6 salvage frigate modules. I used one for something, I can't remember what it was for. I think it might have been a quest. So that's left me with 5, and I've only just got one this morning from one of the trade missions my frigates are doing. Speaking of frigates, let's go and check out the fleet. It's undergone massive upgrades, which is why I don't have a lot of units. So I've brought this one as is. This was an S class already. These have all come up through doing various missions, been promoted from B/C class. They're all named for what they are. So this was the first combat, so it's combat 1, and it's now class A. And as you go down, you've got various other ones. What they are: what number I recruited them at, and then their current class. This one needs to be thing. So as they get upgraded, I will change their class. Most of the B ones were C's. They've just done enough missions now to be upgraded. So that's my fleet. It's quite extensive. Now for the spoiler portion, I don't think I've got anything else to show you other than my quests, which are now the spoiler section. So I'm just going to go back to my base planet because it's the easiest one to look at them at. There we go. I have found one pirate controlled system, and it doesn't have very many good upgrades. The reason I mention the pirate system and the upgrades is because thanks to that YouTuber, who I will link in the video down below, and if you've got any interest in playing No Man's Sky, whether you're an experienced player or a new player, I highly suggest hitting their channel up. They go through a lot of stuff of how to put BIS or Best in Slot, multi-tools, Exocraft and Exosuit together. So because we're now in the spoiler section, I'm going to show you my Exocraft. So this is the Pilgrim one. This one is the most needed, close to being upgraded, thanks to the YouTuber. I've got most of the stuff installed in the correct places. I'm now just looking for upgrades. Most of them are illegal upgrades, which I need the portal for, which I've only just unlocked through that quest. The Roma is empty, basically. It's just got the basic ones in there, in probably the wrong places, but I'm not using it anyway. I very rarely use the Exocraft. I never use the Minotaur simply because it follows you around. I'm not even going to bother getting in it because it has the ability. It follows you around and it's annoying because it goes thump thump all over the place. The Nomad, or Hovercraft as I like to call it, again I've installed the relevant things in the relevant places. I haven't got any upgrades yet. Again, it's just having the nanites to buy the upgrades, and then farming the patterns, which can take a while. So yeah, that's where my Exocraft are at. As for my multi-tool, I need to get a Sentinel weapon, which, as you can see earlier, I've got one. I've also got this A-class one as well, but this one only has the supercharged sockets are not together, which is annoying. So I've kept it anyway. It's an older version of a Sentinel weapon, and it's only an A-class. But that's that one. As for my rest of my multi-tools, you've seen the one I'm currently using, and I've got these junk ones back here. And the reason I've given them the relevant class is so when I'm doing upgrades or when I'm swapping them out, oh excuse me, well, I apologise again. When I find a new multi-tool, I can swap it out. So the C will be swapped with another C or a B. The A's can be swapped out for A's or S's, and that'll keep the cost of exchanging them down. Let's just make sure we're on our main one. So this has been set up thanks to that YouTuber. It's only an A, so I've not put too much time into it. I did use some Sentinel salvage glass to get the bolt caster upgrades. Boom, boom, boom. I'm missing the scanner upgrades. I did have some in here. I took them out and then I didn't realise it was illegal upgrades I wanted, and I haven't found any. And I haven't found any S-class upgrades either. So we've got the waveform recycler in there, but other than that, my scanner is kind of poop at the moment. Again, with the mining ones, I haven't found any illegal upgrades. I've just got A's and S's are laying around. I've got the 3 visors all in. I've got the Paralysis Mortar in, and I've got the Neutron Cannon in as well. Again, the Neutron Cannon has really bad upgrades. This one I got for free for doing a quest. I just put it in there. But I do need the illegal upgrades here. And then we've got the Terrain Manipulator there as well. Again, it's not set up properly. It is a complete hash. Sorry, I keep yawning. I apologise. I'm nearly the end. So yeah, that's where we are at. My freighter is, my actual freighter is a bit useless. It's got no upgrades in there at all, but again, I'm not really bothered about it. I would like to find a better one, but I just need to open up all of those upgrades. I'll do that using this one by farming the salvage frigate models, open up all the patterns, and then I'll go looking for a better one. I did find a B class. I'm not sure if I've already said this, but I did find a B class, but it was horrible, so I didn't swap it out. So that's where we're at. Quest wise, quickly, I've completed most of the other ones. The settlers, which is my village, pops up every hour. Oh, there we go. I'll go and sort that out in a minute. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. I'm on the base computer archives, which is the first quest you should do because you then get time gated. I've got 3 hours left on my timer. This I ignore this one because I get it done when I can be bothered. It's mainly community driven as well. Space Anomaly quest, that's linked to Patterns in Time and the Atlas Path quest, so that'll get done when it gets done. I've kind of ignored the Atlas Path quest for now. I've been concentrating on Patterns in Time, so which is why I need to go and find a Viking cartographer. But I've got plenty of space stations in plenty of different areas, so finding that should be quite easy. That's what I've been up to in No Man's Sky this week. I'm still working on a beginner's guide. Hopefully the first episode of that will be out within the week, but I've got lots of stuff to do, both IRL and gaming, so I'm not sure if that beginner's guide will come out. I want to do one, and I know people have been asking for one, so I will try and get the first installment done in the next few days, IRL allowing. Hope you've had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Apologies for the length of it. I didn't realise I was rambling so long. I'd like to keep these videos 20-25 minutes. This one's over that. My bad. See you in the next video.